lot of trouble with the allegations of pedophilia and everything else. Now we have therefore got to play our game very, very carefully. I have with me Ajay Sahai, he's Director General and CEO of Federation of Indian Export Organization, FIEO. Dr. Sahai, how do you think the government is reacting? What's the inside story you're hearing?
In fact, government has rightly said that they will decide what is the national interest. In the national interest, we have to look into our long-term partnership also. We have to look into our strategic partnership, and government response has been pretty balanced. We are still waiting for the US negotiating team to come. And if that happens, we will continue with our talk. And these kinds of statements are a kind of negotiating posture. We want to play tough, but I'm pretty sure that government of India will do whatever is best in the national interest.
Yeah, because he's not pulled out from talks. He's only threatening. And there's a big difference between the two.
I know, in fact, in the past also, he said about the penalties for oil imports. We have to take a call to what extent it may dent our export, to what extent we are benefited by import of oil, and not only us, probably the whole world has been benefited. Had it not been the Russian oil import by India and China, global prices may have moved up also. And it's not that if our exports are dented, we will find some way out. We are not a Southeast Asian economy where we are not having a domestic market. We have a very domestic market also. And
in fact, this could be a good opportunity for Prime Minister Modi to simply say, my response is nation first. I will not buckle. Rahul Gandhi will support Trump. I will be with my country.
I entirely agree with you, because this is a time where we can give the message also. If you keep on shifting the goalpost all the time, then you are giving a wrong signal to the negotiator also.
And in fact, while they're playing blow hot, blow cold, Ashish, his deputy chief of staff says all options are on the table to deal diplomatically, financially, and otherwise in the war with Ukraine. So they've made it clear that we have a great relationship, we want a great relationship with India, but our problem is that we are being twisted on Ukraine. And we don't see any other way out as of now. So this is not about India, this is about Ukraine and Russia.
I just wanted to make one point. That's the reason I was raising my hand. You mentioned about, sending two nuclear submarines in response to Medvedev's statements. Now, we all know that leaders are known to use these, frigates and defense equipment toys that they have at their disposal. I mean, we've seen in the past some leaders sending two frigates for a sea funeral of somebody in Britain.
Yeah.
We've seen an aircraft carrier being used for somebody's holiday in this thing. So these things keep on happening. So
yeah, that kind of brinkmanship is normal. Ajay, what do you predict rest of the week? How will the markets respond? How will sentiment respond? Or has the sentiment already stabilized last week?
I think going forward, the stock market, which has just about recovered, the Indian stock market, will probably, stock markets work both on sentiments as well as the reality. Real thing. The sentiments would weaken. I don't expect with such threats looming large, and more than the threats, it's the uncertainty which is there because of such statements from President Trump. And second, I also think that the effect of it on the value of the Indian currency would also be similarly adverse.
True.
It may not be as adverse.
But it's a great opportunity for the Prime Minister to turn it into a national movement, isn't it? Ajay Bagga, he's going to play it, look at the political impact as well.
Yes, Arnab, that is what has happened across countries. Justin Trudeau was, trailing by nearly 40% points. And then Mark Carney was brought in. He was going to lose the elections. But Trump's rhetoric of making Canada the 51st state ensured that, the right-wing opposition didn't win. And Mark Carney got elected despite a very dismal performance by Justin Trudeau.
Yep.
So Trump is actually pushing the nationalistic movements in various countries, because this is unprecedented. This happened
Absolutely.
in the 1910s and 20s.
Yeah.
Today, where
He's
the
stretching
US
it.
tariffs,
He's stretching it, Ajay.
where the US tariffs have reached, Arnab, is at 1911 levels.
No,
when
no.
the
I
world
think
was much more-
he's stretching it, and I think it's crying wolf right now. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for that quick response to the breaking news story. Trump's tweet, one a day, no response from India. On the other hand, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be fact-checking Rahul Gandhi on a day when he's been pulled up very badly by the Supreme Court. When I'm back.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School Bengaluru.
Play it your way. Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला MDH की देगी मिर्च
देगी मिर्च का तड़का अंग अंग फड़का
MDH की देगी मिर्च केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar and I'm here to tell you that also gives me the license to guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IIHM.
Join International Institute of Hotel Management.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला। MDH।
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Play it your way. Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
कुछ तो सस्ता लो
सब बढ़िया लो
इसमें क्या खास बात है
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar and I'm here to tell you that also gives me the license to guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IIHM.
Join International Institute of Hotel Management.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल ये रंग दे ये खुशबू दे ये तीख
Supreme Court torches Rahul's anti-army claims on China. Supreme Court tears into Rahul's lies. Rahul Gandhi fact-checked by Supreme Court, debating tonight at 9 p.m.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back now to the nation's sharpest opinion. So in the Supreme Court, Rahul Gandhi's got pulled up really, really badly. The Supreme Court has said, how can you say that the Chinese have taken away 2,000 square kilometers of our territory? And the exact words of the Supreme Court are, how do you know about 2,000 square kilometers being annexed by the Chinese? Were you there? The court asked Rahul Gandhi. Do you have any credible material? The court asked Rahul Gandhi. Why do you make any of these comments without any proof? But most importantly, then the court says to Rahul Gandhi, and this is the highest court of the country, says to Rahul Gandhi, if you were a true Indian, you would not say all this. And how completely we agree with the court out there. How can he be a true Indian when he says that he believes India was never a nation? When he says India is not a nation, how can he be a true Indian, ladies and gentlemen? Rahul Gandhi's approach is simple. Repeat a lie 1,000 times and hope that it will become the truth. Repeat it again and again and hope at one point of time the lie repeated 1,000 times will become the truth. And that is why I'll give you 3 occasions here when he's lied about Indian land being taken over by the Chinese. August 20th, 2023, September 11, 2024, and April 3rd, 2025. The lie the Supreme Court called out today, here are those lies. 3 clips to prove that he said it and can't go back on it now.
If you call having Chinese troops in 4,000 square kilometers of our territory handling something well, then maybe. We've got Chinese troops occupying land the size of Delhi in Ladakh. I think that's a disaster. Media doesn't like to write about it.
यहाँ पे तो सब लोग कह रहे हैं कि चाइना की सेना घुसी है और इनकी जो पहले जो ग्रेजिंग लैंड होती थी वो ले गए हैं, वहाँ ये जा नहीं सकते हैं. तो यहाँ तो क्लियरली सब लोग कह रहे हैं. प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा 1 इंच जमीन नहीं गई, मगर वो सच नहीं है.
4,000 किलोमीटर चाइना ने ले लिए हैं और हमारे फॉरेन सेक्रेटरी उनके एम्बेसडर के साथ केक काट रहे हैं. It is pretty clear that the Chinese have entered our territory. I'm not going to lie. I simply will not do it. I don't mind if my whole career goes to hell.
Now, it is simply clear, ladies and gentlemen, that not in one of those 4 occasions did he have a credible source. In fact, all he says is, I have heard. Someone's told me.